I want to watch first part, second part, third part.
Yeah.
Which means that you're Pakistani, yeah?
You're Pakistani, yeah?
Wait.
The end goal is to put Falcons on the map and simply become the best team in the world. That is the ambitions, and hopefully I will be part of that journey.
Let's watch
right
this,
now
guys, for real.
I'm part of the beginning of that, and will do everything I can to reach that goal.
Okay, bro. Don't care about
It's the start of the boot camp, and it is without the PCs. We have Lars Rubbel, the sports director.
Bro, I
running
think this
it,
Lars is the guy that I saw in Malta when I was there, and Nipple was there with me, and Nipple sits on a chair with me. This guy had his like bag on the chair, and it was in the middle of the room. He has his bag on the chair, and Nipple just moves the bag, and he like sits and we're talking, and the guy comes and he like tells Nipple to get up and just puts back the bag on the chair and leaves. I'm like, bro, like, what the I was in shock with this guy, and he looked so arrogant and like stuck up compared to the ends. Like I don't know what she is, like a coach or a sports helper with mental. I don't know how it's a motivator, or I don't know what it's called, like physiologist or what it's called. I don't know, psychologist, something like that. She was super cool, talking to everybody, very nice, very like down to earth, like helping even Nipple and me and other people if they needed anything. This guy, he was on Vitality back then, arrogant as yeah, Vitality mental coach, yeah. I was in shock. I was disgusted by him. Guys, 130 free spins, 100 deposit bonus. Go check out the pinned comment. Bavada, the best site you should use.
The essence of
This
it
guy,
is
I was
essentially
really disgusted by his like appearance.
to get
like
guidelines, rules, and have a plan, so that when we start with the PCs, it's going to be more efficient, and also we don't misunderstand each other. Everyone knows what is expected of them, and what is the plan.
Okay,
When you look at Snappy, he's actually a really cool dude.
then, welcome to Dawson Slot. Quite a long way from Copenhagen. We could have taken Crown Plaza, then we didn't need to move on Sunday. But Crown Plaza is the same as we normally do. We associate that with boot camps or competitions. This is something else. This also serves a purpose. This Dawson Slot is one of the oldest castles in Denmark. And a lot of the other castles that were around, not here, but in Denmark, they have been destroyed. But this lasts. And it did that by fighting hard. Really fighting hard around this in the area. Sometimes they were fighting, sometimes they were clever. So even though they were small, they were alone, they survived. And I got an idea with that, because I think it's also the situation that we're in at the moment. There's a lot of people that start laughing at us, start making fun of what's happening in Falcons. And guys, I'm not here to be laughed at.
Bro, is this guy trying to be Denzel Washington?
I'm here to win.
And that should be the mentality. We're not here to have fun. Of course, if we can have fun.
Yeah, I really don't like this guy. We're here to win, we're not here to have fun. No wonder they're fighting in the team. I swear, people be toxic in the team because
It's good, eh? If you have fun, if you're driving, I mean, you'll also perform. But the basic thing, we're here to win.
At the end
Snappy's mentality is completely different. He's always, and he even told me this with Maiden, it was like always, let's vibe, let's have fun. And who else was it that we listened to them when they had the group up and talking? They were like, guys, just make sure you have fun when you're playing.
end of the day, I'm only here to win trophies, win majors, win Grand Slams, and if I'm not doing that, then I have no business here, because that's what my career is about, is to win tournaments and never compromise.
And how do we win then? I mean, winning doesn't come by itself. Winning comes by, we have a clear dream. We need to have a clear dream. It comes from hard work. It comes from having clear goals underneath the dream. It comes from having the right mindset, being consistent in what we are doing, and then, of course, being a team. And that's exactly why we're here for these 2 days. That is to start that process. So I will demand a lot of you, or from you, together with Danny, together with Rafa, together with Matteo. We will, otherwise we won't succeed.
I think the way that we are working is that we started this in 18, where we are kind of taking the professional traditional sports world and putting the best from that world into esports. And Lars is just good with focusing more on the mental and physical side of it, where I'm more on the technical in-game stuff, but also leadership-wise. And I think we're just a good couple where I don't really always understand the professional side of it. That we like to see the players not as gamers but athletes. That is Lars' department, and obviously Lars doesn't understand the in-game stuff and how gamers are brought into this world. It can be a big challenge because running a really professional esports team is not just sitting 12 hours a day playing. It's a full structure where we are boot camping without PCs, we are talking about a dream, we are creating a structure for the players, making a plan, working with them individually both on and off the server, but also as a team, because we want to create these high performance teams, and that is not just done by sitting on the server practicing smokes and nades and tactics.
Bro, I like Zonic. Oh, I instantly can say, oh, Vertigo, no, I like Zonic.
It takes a lot of hard work.
It is completed. Phase 1 is about constructing a rope bridge.
What the fuck is this guy doing? He took them 2 days to Denmark in the cold to create the fucking bridge. My bro needs to go be a motivational coach for workers on buildings. Habibi, we play games. We don't go outside. We sit at the PC, we do DM, we shoot. Imagine he tells Donk needs to build a fucking bridge. Donk would take a keyboard and smash it off his head. This guy would not survive 2 days in Spirit Bootcamp. Donk would go full ham on him. The fuck is he saying we need to build a road bridge?
In Traverse, I got a drawing. It's here.
Wait, listen, by the way, he's about to...
We call it to roll in Traverse. I got a...
What the fuck? Phase 1 is about constructing a road bridge.
A rope bridge, what we call it to roll in Traverse. I got a...
That's why there wasn't any fucking... that's why there wasn't any fucking translation, because the guy translating was what the fuck did he say?
Bridge, what we call it to roll in Traverse. I got a...
It's like, guys, I'm gonna motivate you to play the tournament today. And he's like, and everybody's like, what the fuck?
What we call it to roll in Traverse. I got a...
I
got a drawing. It's here. It's very simple. At your disposal, you got the equipment that you see there on the at the tree. Phase 2 is about transportation of these bottles of water that you see there. They are marked with blue, red, green, and so on. You need to present a solution for me. And if it's not correct, then you got to start working until you find the solution. 50 minutes.
50 or
50.
50.
50.
Okay.
And it's not a lot of time. Okay.
And also understands that it's not only about being good in-game, being good on the server, but that there are a wider perspective of performance factors that adds to being the best of yourself you can be in that role, in that game that you have chosen to compete in. I took that from my former career as an officer in the Special Forces. When we worked...
What the fuck? This guy was in Special Forces and he is coaching CS teams.
We work with that, and that was that way of working. That was something we wanted to achieve. That was the goal, that's the effect that we wanted to achieve, and we broke it down. And I implemented that in Astralis back in our 2017, and it worked. Of course, we won 3 majors when I came in, and where we used that performance model. And also when I skipped to, or went to Vitality, again, I introduced that way of thinking, and we won the major in Paris. But for both those organizations, it was that I came into an organization and into a structure that existed. I had to adapt my performance model and my way of working into something that was existing. With Falcons, it was different. You got the task, create the best team in the world, make it work. So I had the opportunity to build the structure, the procedures around the way I'm used to working and around the performance model. Now I'm gonna see if that works here. There's a drawing. Perhaps it seems to be a little bit primitive, but that's why we're doing it. That's a performance model. That's the performance model. Emil, you know it. Danny, you know it.
Yep.
What could you put some words to it? What it, not describing it, but what difference does it make?
I mean, it's a plan to some degree, but it's also the way we want to be as a team and what we want to do to be the best team possible. I mean, it's a lot about working on the different tracks, and they have different meanings. I mean, and obviously these tracks all lead to one thing, and that is the common dream. And I mean, the dream is probably the most important thing, is that we can all align on a common dream. I mean, winning or qualifying for a major, that is not a dream that I can accept as an example.
I mean, we start out with defining the dream. What is it that we want to achieve as a team? And we make sure that the team buys into that dream. Whenever we meet resistance, and we will meet resistance on our way towards the dream, it's how much we buy into that dream that gives us the energy to overcome the obstacles on the way. So it's so important that people buy into the dream.
The dream has to be something that, as Emil says, sparks something in you. It has to be on the verge of almost being impossible, but also reachable.
It's realistic, but it should be on the edge. Otherwise, it don't have the full effect. It should be something that is important to us. We have a short-term goal that is really, really important, and that's the major. So we got to find out how we do those two. Or we might have an ambition of winning that and that tournament. But the thing is, there's a lot of other teams who want to win that competition. We don't decide that ourselves. They also practice. They also have good players. So we can't decide that ourselves. So, but we can have an ambition. We got to break that down. What does it take? What is it that we're going to do in order to reach that?
The whole thing about having a common dream and something you want to reach together as a team helps you because you always kind of like, you lose tournaments, which is obviously very difficult at the moment, but you always go back and say, okay, how are we in terms of the plan? What do we need to improve on? What do we need to work with? Is there something mental? Is there something with the strats, or is there something individually that people need to work on? It's all to get closer to the dream, and the whole model gives you purpose, and it gives you a reason to keep working hard when tough times are coming. You have the dream, you have the common goals. That's what the whole idea behind it is, to motivate you whenever things are not fun.
That's why I came here. I came here in order to maximize everything I could, because I wanted to work in that way where I got the help in order to maximize all the potential I had in me.
And again, the dream, I mean, the dream has to be out there somewhere. If we're talking 25 or whatever, it's out there, right?
Yes. So I think one thing is...
Bro, why are we not seeing Maiden at all? What the fuck?
It's very easy, and one thing is a little bit complicated. I personally like when we are making the dream that it's not that specific necessarily when it's short term. It can be specific long term. So let's say by the end of 25, Falcons has won. I mean,
What do you think?
I think about 2024. Like we need to qualify for the major, that's for sure. and we'll start getting invites for everywhere because like it was for me in month for now. I see it like this. When we qualified, we started they started to get invited now to Cologne, to Katowice, to these tournaments, and we need to be at least when one big LAN event in 2024.
Well, I can even fucking go for playoff because the worst thing is I don't think playoff is gonna be as hard as making the fucking major. My biggest concern is not making the major.
Yes, but there has to be a belief in that this can actually be possible. And it takes hard work, as we talked about. But of course we have to believe.
So the dream could be with we win a major before the end of 2025. It could be a dream. Okay. Is that the first draft?
For me, it's perfectly fine. Damn.
In order for this to work for a player, they need to
Where
be
is Maiden?
determined and they need to want to win. And they need to want to win more than just saying it.
Boros bench with Mitchell, he win. Now he's kicking.
They need to actually
Guys, stop being
want to
rude.
do the work every single day in order to achieve it.
I'm so excited to play with them because they bring
Sorry, should we get it? I'm so excited to play. Correction, I got kicked.
a lot to the team. For me, I will work so hard and I have the team will help me with it. I feel so confident that I can do it with the right mentality and the right team, and we will work so hard for it and we will achieve it. So.
He feels so shy, he's not feeling it really. Like the way Snappy talks, Snappy is relaxed. But he feels so shy, Boros.
It's because we're undertaking a medic check.
Maybe he's not used to on camera stuff.
Medic check's quite normal in traditional sports. In order to see what are the basic level of the fitness and the health of the athletes, and that's the same that we're doing here. So they're getting a blood screening, so we see their vitamin levels, their blood percentage, and everything like that, just to get the base level, cholesterol, and all those things, so that we can make individual interventions on the performance level. So who needs supplements, who needs perhaps another diet, things like that, in order to increase the performance. My task is to create a culture, a performance culture that is spread
Yeah, which means that you're Pakistani, yeah? You're Pakistani,
no
yeah?
matter what team you're working, what's important to me is the...
Hey, this is cool. I actually like this. Yo, Karzuz, bro, thank you so much. Rosenbaum, thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for the subs, man. But listen, I can't believe in the meeting and closing the room behind it. Fuck this bitch. I swear he would. People would just, I ain't got time for your shit. I'm gonna go do some fucking deathmatch. I'm gonna shoot some heads. You can't go on with your fucking performance shit. But no, I honestly like what he's doing with the blood work, with the supplements, with checking who's missing what vitamins, what he said. That makes sense, giving somebody a diet if he's eating too much this or that. I don't know if they did blood work on Zonic. Maybe Zonic needs a diet as well.
Is the transition that the players see themselves not as gamers, but as athletes. Because if we can make them see themselves, identify themselves as athletes, then we have created the foundation for we can work with the wider performance parameters. And I have that opportunity in this setting.
The muscles that Falcons brings, also financially, gives Lars especially a room to hire the best physiotherapists, the best nutrition experts, the best facilities for the players, the best conditions for them to grow as individuals, but also as players, and for them to have long careers. Because I think our goal is to have players look at Falcons, whether they are thinking about longevity in their careers, who says you can't play until you're 40? But also if you want to have a real professional setup, that's what we want to create with Falcons, that this is the team you want to go to if you want to live as a professional athlete and not just a professional gamer.
We're going to have the support to become the best versions of ourselves and try to put us in a situation where we have no excuses not to perform.
Ice baths, what the fuck? What the fuck? They did ice baths with them.
Is something that's interesting is because I don't want to compromise. I don't want to lack the support of being the best version of myself.
I want to play at least 3-4 more years, and I think getting help in order to manage my body and my mindset or my mental state is also a big factor, especially when you see other sports where different competitors are lasting way longer than they did in the past. I also think that's possible in esports, but nobody have done it because it's such a young sport, if you want to call it that. But you see in every other sport, like people are starting to play until they're like 40, some even above that. And I want to be kind of one of the first players to achieve and do that.
I think for the first time we'll get the full effort out of the performance model, because I can get it's not only the performance model, but it's what is within the performance model, and all these things, all these resources that it takes to create a high performance team. I think those 3 days that were spent here without PCs, I got the feeling that the guys, they got the motivation, they got the drive, they also got the competences to achieve that.
Oh, bro.